Okay, I couldn't find a video for a 2026 Forester to run a rear dash cam, so I figured I was doing it. I'd do pay it forward and make a video for someone else because I've used plenty of videos for other ones. So let's take a look inside and see what I've done so far. All right, so the first thing, this panel is sits up here. Let me see if I have a little bit. You can just kind of grab it from the bottom, pull it out, and then it kind of clips out. It comes out pretty easy. Then what I've done is, here's my dash cam. It's going to mount, I don't know, either here or there, somewhere along here. And I'll show when I'm done with that. But I ran, so you can pull this boot off right here, and pull this boot off. And don't try to get it back on with this on. I'll show you in a minute how to get the boot back on. But run the wire from here down to there. Sneak it through this boot. I just did this on a Crosstrek Wilderness. The boot was a little too small, so I ran it on the outside. Wasn't crazy about that. This one, the boot is big enough, so it's a little bit of a pain, but just kind of fish the wire through down to here. Next thing is there's a plate here that looks like this. It's normally in that position. There's a 10mm bolt that comes off, and then this piece pops out. Just be a little careful of this white piece. This kind of floats around. But then I ran it from there, feed it to here, and then you can feed it down the headliner. And then let me come around this side. Then again, you can pull this piece out carefully, and it'll give you, there we go, pull this out, and then you can grab the wire from there. I'm going to pause here to put everything back together. Then my plan is to run along the column in the front, so I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so most of my trucks are 35-year-old Isuzu Troopers, so I don't work on newer fangled cars too much. So this may be a no-brainer for some people, but I took the boot off on the Crosstrek, and I spent like an hour and a half trying to get the damn boot back on. What I realized is that there are these little tabs here. Let me see, zoom in. The sun is bad. There's little tabs here, so if you get a little screwdriver, you can kind of pull the tab out, and then this will come out, do the tab. You get about 2 out, and then this whole thing will pop out. That makes it super easy to get the boot back on over here. So you gotta get the boot, I can't do it with one hand, but you get the boot back on here, and then the whole thing snaps into place and you're done. Same thing with this one. Just looking, you can kind of see the tabs in there, those little white things. That finger. Gotta get the tab out of the way. This will pop out, put it on, slam and go. Alright, one little quick video. So here's the first one back on. Here, again, you can see you can get the rubber gasket over the thing really easy, and then you just put it in, and whoop, done. Alright, so I'm going to button this up, and then we'll get working on the front. Okay, so I don't do this all a whole lot, so I'm not the smartest or best at it. So one other mistake I made on the Crosstrek is I strand the cable. Where's the front of this? And they give you plenty of space. But what I ended up doing is I ran it nice, along the thing, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Got it all up here, and I realized I had, I don't know what, like 3 feet of extra cable. It's like, oh no. I was lucky enough to be able to stuff it down in this, in here, so I didn't have to completely undo it. But what I'm doing this time, being a little smarter, I'm gonna, sorry about the camera, I'm gonna kind of get an approximate measure. So I'll have a little slack, because I'm gonna want to run like, there, like along there, down there, there. So I'm gonna give myself enough so I'm not screwed the other way, but I'm gonna pull it back so that all the slack is taken up in the back, in that back thing where there's tons of space. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll work on the next part. Okay, so here's the extra slack. Again, I'll show this is when it's done, but I'm gonna run up here, over here. So I got a little extra, but there's plenty of space to stuff it in there. Then if there's any extra here, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'd be an idiot not to start in the, in the front and work towards the back. Way to go, Einstein. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run it up here. Getting a headliner is really easy. I can't really see it. It stuffs in pretty easy. My kit came with a little pry tool like this. Harbor Freight sells pry tools cheap. You can just use a butter knife if you don't have anything. But if you need to, you can, just kind of pull it down. You can see it flexes a little bit. Stuff it up there. Same thing with these pieces. These plastic pieces lift out, so you can sometimes you just do it with your finger, and then it kind of fits in, and then you can, just use the tool to stuff it in. Then when you come around here, it's even easier. This is rubber, so just peel it back, and you just kind of go. Another joint here, so again, plenty of space to stuff it through there, and then work your way back. I don't know why I didn't think of doing it. So yeah, you'll come up here, more rubber here, and then last piece of trim and down to the back. Down to the back. So I'll get it in place, and then we'll take a final look. Okay, so it's all run. I thought of that, running from the back to the front, and then a lot easier. Ran all the way to the front. Can't see nothing. This piece doesn't pry off too much. I didn't want to mess with it because it's got the eyesight thingies in here. So that I just ran the cable around here. My kit came with these little wire things, which I guess you can put up there. They looked kind of ugly. I haven't finished this one wire, but my kit came with some double stick tape, so I just cut a couple pieces and just mashed it up in there to kind of tuck it in here, and I'll do this last little one, but it's looking pretty good up front. Let me give you a quick peek at the back. Okay, all done. So here's the camera. Wire sneaks in this panel to the back end, so it's hidden, so again, kind of in the background. It will run through here, through this boot, through here, through there, all on the front column. Let's see, yep, up along there and to the front. And I got on the wrong seat. Let me run around so you can see. And we'll start the car. It's right there. There we go. And see, I've got on this one, let's see, this display is all screwy, but you can see on my front camera, rear camera I can adjust it playing up the trees, and it's got the center, so these things can get reconfigured, but that works. The only other thing I'll note is that I didn't show the wiring for the first without power cord. So this is the power cord. I did the same thing. It runs up. I'm gonna fix that. Hush. Similar thing, it goes up along here, in here, then it just comes down that rubber piece there along the side. This on the Forester is not quite long enough. It wasn't on the Crosstrek either. Sorry. So you can do one of two things. If you don't mind seeing the cable a little bit, you can probably stretch it to here, and then plug it in the center console. What I ended up doing is just getting a cigarette lighter plug adapter, like a 3-footer, and then run that from here to here. And then what you can do is run this wire all along here, way back to here, and it sneaks across like right in that little spot right there, so it's almost invisible on both ends, and then it goes under the seat and up to the plug. But that's the option. So there it is. Hope that helps.